texted me. It's like, I'm trying to tune in. I know. We're trying to get it together. I ain't got my music. Just everything's just off today. No.
That's all right.
Okay. All right. So let me make sure that it is working. All right. We are live, Michelle. Hey, y'all. Let me share this.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out how to share it on Facebook, so I'm here.
Okay. It should be a share button. Share button. Okay. Sharing to walking and wholeness. Boom. Got that. Okay. I think we're good. Hello, hello to everybody tuning in. We had some technical difficulties, but we are getting it together. Lord, it's always something. Let me see. So y'all come on in, come on in. So excited about tonight's conversation. Hello, hello. Okay, let's see. We're just getting set up, just making sure everything is up and running. And then we're going to get started as soon as I get it on my phone so I can see people's comments. I got like 10,000 pages going on at one time.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay, so I got it right here. Hello, hello. Okay, yay, found it. Hey, hey. I got like 10. Turn my volume on. Okay, hey, y'all, we getting it together. It was some technical difficulties. But we ready. She ready. Okay.
Okay, so let me check to make sure it's actually on my page.
Okay.
Oh shucks, I think I done got rid of it. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it now.
Okay, we gonna get it, y'all. We getting it. You know, it's welcome back. You want everything to work and it don't, so it's all good. It's not like you think you got it all planned out and then boom. So we're just flowing with it. We are flowing.
It's all good. It's all good.
Good. Okay. So hello. Hey Denisha. Hey Tony. Hey Mo. Thank y'all for tuning in. All right. So you were able to share it on your page, Michelle?
I was.
Okay.
It should be there.
All right, so we just gonna go ahead and get started, y'all. I had lighting issues. I had bought this little lighting thing, and now I still feel like I look dark, but you know what? Whatever. If it's not enough, I'll get it together.
I can see you clearly, girl. I can see you clearly.
Okay, thank you. All right, so welcome. I'm so excited. If you see me looking off to the side, I have stuff set up on both sides of my computer. So, but I see you. Hey, Erica. So I just want to say, first of all, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so excited to be back. I needed to take a little break to get some planning for this new season, but I'm so excited about this new season of relationship conversations. I have some amazing guests lined up for this new season, so I think you're going to love it. I got some ideas from you all, so you gave me some ideas for topics. So we'll be putting those out here, you know, as I go through the different weeks or whatever in the different conversations. So I will be sprinkling in some of your topics that you suggested. So anyway, I wanted to start out with my sister, Michelle Dawson, because she is living her best life, honey. When I tell you living her life, I wanted, you know, to just start out on an upbeat note and just for her to share her story. So before we get into all of that, Michelle, why don't you introduce yourself to the people and just tell them a little bit about you?
Okay. Hey, everybody. I am Michelle Dawson. Siobhan asked me to interview me about living my best life. I'm like, what does that really mean? I mean, to me, I just feel like I'm living the life that God has allowed me to live, and I do things that I enjoy. So, just a little bit about me. I am from Chesapeake, Virginia. I moved to Maryland in about 2001, so I've been living here back and forth for like the last 17 years. Siobhan and I work together, and we also go to church together. So that's how we know each other, and I'm excited to be here.
Yes. So thank you for saying yes to this show. Because let me tell you, I randomly message people as people are placed on my heart as I'm thinking about ideas, and just people drop into my heart, and I just reach out like, hey, you think you want to be on the show?
Right.
So
That's how it is. That's how it is.
exactly. So I just follow the prompting. So I'm thankful that you said yes, and that you're going to be sharing your life with us tonight.
No problem. No problem.
Okay, so like I said, I wanted to have you on the show because I just from watching you and from the conversations that we've had, I just really appreciate how you live out loud. And I don't know if you know how much of an inspiration you are to other people, those on your social media pages, those in your life. But I know me as an outsider looking in, I really just, your life is such an inspiration. And so I think you sharing a little bit of your story, you're welcome. Sharing a little bit of your story, I think it will inspire other people. So let's start with the first question. What would you say? Tell us about what it means to live life to the fullest.
For me, living life to the fullest means very limited restrictions. I like to be happy at any cost. Mm-hmm. So, to your point of, living my life and doing what I want to do. So I moved to Maryland in 2001, and I'm an only child. I have a half brother, but we didn't grow up together. So for the most part, I grew up, living alone. And I moved to Maryland, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I got family, but like, I don't know where they are. And I have friends that moved here, but I don't know where they are. Meaning, like, I don't know how to get around the city and all of that. And I was just like, but there's things I want to do. I want to go to the movies. I want to go out to eat. I want to do all of these things. I was like, who am I going to do it with? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to do me. And so I literally just started adopting that attitude of, this is just what I want to do. And, like I said, I'm an only child. So it's not like it's foreign to me to do whatever, whether it's go to the movies or go out to eat or go have a new experience. Obviously, I was 23 when I moved here too. So obviously, I was in a whole different mindset, a whole entirely different life. First time I moved out of my mom's house. So all of those things were new to me, but I just knew that I wanted to explore. And so that's what I started doing. And I think it's just kind of magnified to new heights of this place in life. I'm 41 now. I just celebrated my birthday. Was it last week? A week before? I celebrated my birthday last week before last, October the 25th. And I celebrated my birthday waking up in Paris.
Yes, you did, honey. Yes. You better wake up in Paris for 41.
I had a great trip. So yeah, I mean, I living my best life. I actually wrote something on Facebook today about that, and it was not. I don't know if I'm living my best life, but I'm living life to the fullest as every season. Whether it's okay, I'm sad about something that's not working out, but I'm trying to find the positive in that experience, or living my best life because I'm like super happy and I'm going on a new experience, I'm going on a new trip and I get to see all these new amazing things, or I'm entertaining. I'm not entertaining anyone right now, but okay, in the seasons that I'm entertaining somebody. So, this is exciting. I got a new boo. I got, get to find out what that's like. And, I just enjoy life. I'm generally pretty happy. Don't get me wrong. Every day is not peaches and cream, because that's a lie. Mm-hmm. But, I try to make the best of it and try to see the best aspect of every experience that I'm allowed to have.
Yeah. So let's talk about that, because you talked about being single and having seasons where you may be entertaining somebody, and then just having seasons when you are living life as a single. So tell me about those, or what words of encouragement would you give to those people who are kind of waiting on someone to enter their lives before they can really live life to the fullest? What would you say to them?
Stop doing that. Stop doing that. And it goes back to what I said. 17 years ago, I moved here, and it was stuff that I wanted to do, and I didn't have anybody to do them with. And it wasn't even about a boyfriend. It was my close friends. One of them had moved here the same time I did. She lived in Baltimore. In my mind, Baltimore was far. I mean, far. And I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to see her. So I didn't see her, and I didn't, venture off that far because I just had no clue. So it was kind of one of those things that I started just kind of exploring life on my own. And so at this point, I live by a creed to myself. I'm not going to miss life for the lack of another person.
Wow.
And so I don't agree with that. I don't think it's fair. So yeah, would I love to be traveling with my significant other? Absolutely. But he not here yet. So I just go see what I want to see when I want to see it. As long as the funds are there and the lead and work is there,
Yeah.
arrivederci. I'm out.
And I love that. I really love that, because it's like sometimes we put our life on hold just because we don't have everything that
Absolutely.
we want. And it's just
Absolutely.
live with what I have now and enjoy every moment of it. I don't have to wait until this happens or this person comes
Right.
or whatever.
Right.
So I love that. I love that.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think that sometimes, not all the time, and definitely not often, but sometimes fear prohibits me. And I have to remind myself, Michelle, don't do that, because the only person that is being shortchanged is you.
Yeah.
And so I have to talk myself through things sometimes. I mean, I remind myself often, just leap. Yeah. Don't worry about what's going to happen in the end. It's all going to work itself out, good, bad, and indifferent. And, I'm sure we've all seen the meme that says, I don't lose, I either learn or I win. So, yeah, it's just one of those things of, regardless of what happens in the end, just take a chance and see how it goes. Believe it or not, it's not that bad to travel alone. You don't have to, because, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's always nice, whether you got girlfriend trips, or you got a boo trip, you go out. My trip to Paris, I went to Paris and London for my birthday, and I went with my mom. All of those trips were great, but traveling alone, you beating to your own drum. Okay, I feel like getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I want to go watch the sunrise over here in this country, or no, I'm gonna sleep in today, and I ain't got nobody nagging me to say, well, I want to do this, or I want to go downstairs for breakfast.
Right.
And nobody's saying none of that to me. I'm doing what I want to do. So, it has its pros and cons. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. And to me, with our job, we sometimes had to travel alone. So you realize, okay, this not that bad. I know where I'm sleeping. You just have to be a little bit more cautious because you're alone. Nobody knows really where you are. But other than that, I think it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Totally
And you just said something, and it was a meme, and I gotta find that meme because I like that. You said you don't lose, you either say that
you win or you learn.
You win or you learn. I think that is so key, because like you said, fear can hold us back from doing a lot of things. Fear that I'm going to miss out, or fear that I'm going to lose this. But when we look at it from a different perspective, it's either I'm learning or I'm winning, or I could be learning and winning at the same time,
Yeah.
So I love that. So tell us about some of the amazing places that you've gone to.
So I'll tell you about not necessarily the last three. Yeah, I'll tell you about the last three, the last four, I guess I should be. So last year, I think it was the week before my 40th birthday, I went to Bali. So it's in Indonesia, and it was amazing.
Wow.
So what prompted me to go is, I'm sure you've seen Eat, Pray, Love. Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
So I've watched that movie a gazillion times. I wouldn't qualify it as my favorite movie, but I love the significance of it, because she's in this place of finding herself, and she takes this adventure. She goes to Italy. She goes to Bali. She goes to, I think, India as well. So she goes to Italy to eat, and she's just eating. She meets new friends, and she meets strangers, and she develops new relationships. Then she goes to India. She's seeking God and seeking prayer and trying to, I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all see me venturing off, it's because I'm fighting the dog, trying to entertain her. She's trying to be on the show too. Anyway, and so then she goes to Bali, and in Bali she finds love. And I just, from watching the movie, I was like, oh my God, I want to go to Bali. I had never even heard of Bali till I saw that movie. Wow. But after that, I was like, it's on the list. And so I one of my friends knew that I wanted to go to Bali, and she said, she told me about this travel group, and I was like, this is perfect. They planned out everything that we were going to do, so there was a whole itinerary. All I had to do was have the leave and the fun.
I know that's right.
Leave and the fun. That was the first time I had done a travel group. And so that was an interesting experience, because it literally was 12 single professional women. I don't think that was the intent, but everybody was in the same place in life. I think it was only one woman on the trip who had kids. Everybody was single. Everybody was childless. Everybody was professional. And I guess we just all wanted to go to Bali.
Right.
We all went to Bali. I mean, we
Yeah.
had a really great time. It was a really nice experience. I don't know how anxious I am to do another travel group just because, mainly for the cost. I felt like I probably could have had that experience cheaper. But nonetheless, I had a great time. I don't have any regrets, any complaints. And I did stuff I would never have even considered doing. Like, one of the things we did was go surfing. I'm not going surfing, but I had so much fun. Like, I had so much fun. I was like, oh my God, I didn't anticipate this being fun.
Wow.
So that was the first time I did a travel group. And then this year I went to Barbados. I'm gonna be honest with you, girl. I was having a bad day at work, and I was like, you know what? I need a break. I just need a change of scenery.
Yeah.
And so I had my iPad with me at work that day. I was like, you know what? Barbados sounds like a nice place to go. I literally just booked a trip during my lunch break at work. I'm not lying. I was like, I need a break.
And did you go by yourself?
So get this. So sometimes I have to watch God work in the background on things because I didn't end up going by myself. One of my friends called me like 2 weeks prior. She was like, I need a vacation. Don't you want to go somewhere? And I was like, honestly, I already have plans. I'm going to Barbados. She was like, can I go? I was like, yep, you can go. And I said, and the reason why I said yes, not because I didn't want her to go. I was totally fine with her going. You know, we've traveled before. That's my girl. I love her to death. But last year I went to St. Martin. Last year I went to St. Martin, and again, I took a solo trip. 4th of July is my favorite holiday. I wanted a new experience. I'm going to St. Martin. So I get to St. Martin, and I debated with myself. I'm like, am I going to put this on social media? Am I going to even tell anybody that I'm here? And so I decided not to put too much. I just literally put the name of the beach and a picture. And it was like my paradise for the next couple of days or something like that. And one of the people that I ride bikes with reached out to me and said, Shug, my nickname is Shug. Shug, are you in St. Martin? I was like, yeah. We right next door.
Oh my God.
What?
Go
I
figure.
ended up spending my entire vacation with he and his wife. And it was so much fun.
Wow.
And so anyway, I say all that to say that I kind of feel like God allows me to beat to my own drum, but with parameters. Okay, I'm gonna let you do this, but I'm not gonna let you completely be alone.
Right.
So so when my friend called this year and was like, hey, can I go? I was like, yep, because I just saw it as, there you go again, Lord. But I'm cool with it. So, we had a good time. So I ended up not, completely being alone. But I just, like I said, with Bali, I was with 12 other strangers, but had a great time nonetheless. So it's always good.
I'm thinking about just those women, and I love that you're sharing this, just the adventure in it. I just hear like, hey, I just feel like doing this. I'm gonna book the trip and I'm gonna go. So what about those women who may be saying, well, wait, hesitant, well, I don't have the resources, or I don't know anybody, so I don't know if I should do that. Like, what would you say to them?
So I say, I really, really, really love traveling. It doesn't matter. In state, out of the country, I just enjoy seeing new places, having new experiences. That's like one of my favorite things to do. Like, I am that kid who daydreams. Like, when I'm driving down the street and I see an airplane in the sky, it just makes me excited inside because I'm wondering, like, wonder where they're going. Because to me, an airplane is so symbolic. It's like you're going somewhere, and not just I'm physically going somewhere in the air, but it's also symbolic of life. I'm going somewhere. I'm doing things. And so, I get excited when I see an airplane. So if your desire is to travel and your resources are not quite up to Paris status or, Bali status, I'm not going to say those adventures are $20.
Right.
So one of the things that I did, because I didn't want to dip into the savings account all the time, I started a travel fund.
Nice.
I started a travel fund. And I put, every time I get paid, I put some money in that account. And so that when I do want to do stuff, the funds are available and or I'm just not excessively trying to figure out where all of the resources are going to come from. But it's, you know, like I said, let's say for instance you want to go somewhere cheap. There's so many places that you can go. One of my other favorite places to go that's in the state is Arizona. Okay, people think, okay, what's in Arizona? It's nothing in Arizona. Yes, it is. Scottsdale, Arizona is amazing. It's known for its spas. It's known for the scenery. It's so many different places that you can go over there. And it's not excessively expensive. It's not thousands of dollars. I mean, the same, well, I don't know, DC is an exception to the rule because it's kind of expensive, but pretty much the same cost that you're going to pay for a hotel in DC or, you know, a hotel in South Carolina or somewhere. You're going to probably spend about the same amount of money. I mean, I'm not saying that you're going to stay at the Marriott Camelback, but if your resources right, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And so you don't have to go out of the country to do that and have a really nice time. You know, so many people go to Miami. Miami is nice. You still get that blue water experience. You know, it's nice. It's fun. It's plenty of things to do. I'm sorry, the dog is knocking the computer down, child. But yeah, so it's, you know, if that's something you want to do, you know, get you a fund to be able to do the things that you want to do so the resources will be available. You don't have to put a lot of money in the account. You know, we all go to happy hour. We all, you know, go waste money on stuff that we don't have to spend it on. Take that money and put it into an account that's going to benefit you to be able to do some of the stuff that you want to do, whether that's travel, whether that's start a business, whatever it is that you desire to do, it can be done. You just might have to make a few sacrifices. Okay, well, I'm not going to happy hour this week because I need to put this money in this account to be able to do something bigger and better.
And so, you know, what I also love about just seeing your life is it's not just about travel. Like you have done a triathlon, you have been a co-author on a book, like you go out to nice places, even in the DMV area, like you are on like the parties. I was like, Michelle, she always going somewhere, but it is it's so inspiring. So it's like, it's not just about, oh, I'm trying to go somewhere. It's like, you're really living it in every aspect of your life. So tell us about that.
You know what, Siobhan, it really does go back to, I'm not going to miss the life for the lack of another person. You know, I am pretty social. I'm an extrovert. So, you know, I can pretty much talk to anybody. So I don't have a problem going to a bar and meeting new people because I'm social. You know, I don't mind talking to people. I don't care if you're 90 years old or whether you're 25. You know, I'm sure it's something we can talk about. You know, I'm an AKA. So that also puts me in a whole nother social scene because there are activities that I'll do with my chapter sorors or, you know, just other sorors that I know in general. So that puts me on a whole nother scene. The fitness aspect of it all. So how I ended up doing the triathlon was there were several amazing fit chicks that I exercised with and Live Now Fitness. And they were talking about, they had done, I think, the year prior. And they was like, oh, sure, you can do it. And I'm like, yeah, no. And they were like, no, all you have to do is make sure you know how to swim. The rest of it is easy. You can get a bike. They just made it sound so simple. I swear they lied. They lied.
A triathlon is nothing. Like anybody can do
Yeah, right. I was just like, oh, no. I mean, but it was like, oh, my God, okay. And so then I started training. Okay, I found all of these swim coaches because I needed a whole bunch of them. Then I bought a bike and I'm like, oh, I really like riding my bike. It's really, really hard, but I like it nonetheless. And then, you know, I'm like, I don't have to really run to finish the part because the triathlon is swim. So you swim first, ride the bike next, then run. So to me, it's run, walk.
Yeah.
And I can still make it to the end. So I started training for that, and it was just kind of, okay, now I'm a triathlete, you know, and then I'm like, okay, I want to keep doing this. I got into, I would say I got it. I never knew fitness. That wasn't how I grew up. You know, I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia, and you know, everybody has their own opinion about whether that's a dirty, but it really was in my world. So, you know, all of a sudden I'm at home and I'm like, oh, you getting fat? What the world? You gotta stop eating. I'm just like, okay, I ain't got this 18-year-old body that I had back in the day. Like it's growing. Like what's happening? And one of my line sisters used to ask me all the time, why don't you go to this class with me? I'm like, girl, no. and go to this class. Girl, no. I actually went because I was sick of her asking me to go.
Okay.
And so after I went, I never stopped going. I just had so much fun with it. Like, I really like this. And then we started challenging ourselves to find other new exercise classes. And, obviously the weight started to drop and I just really enjoyed it. So that was how I really got into fitness. So then, like I said, with that triathlon, it's now, let's challenge myself to do something harder and see if I can make it. Now I'm starting to feel a little old and be tired sometimes. But I still enjoy working out. I try to work out 3-4 days a week. I think it's helpful to my sanity, honestly. Like, I don't know what happens in that 1 hour of jumping around, but if I've had a bad day, by the time that workout is over, I feel totally different. So even if I feel like it's emotional support too, just, being able to exercise and be fit. But, to your question about my social life, I just enjoy being out, meeting and mingling people. And, I'm not a club head. I don't even like going to the club, but I'll go to different events and, meet new people. And just, again, I live for an experience. I mean, I don't even know how else to explain that. I enjoy new experiences. So every time my mom comes to town, my mom lives, again, in Chesapeake, Virginia. So every time she comes to town, I try to take her somewhere she's never been before. She's like, why do you do this? I'm like, you need a new experience. You don't have this at home. Yeah. She'd be like, so crazy. Yeah. And so, I enjoy that. I really do enjoy that.
What would you say it exposes you to? Like doing these different things and just challenging yourself and going to a different, country. What does it do for you?
I would say I feel fulfilled. I would say that. I would say I feel fulfilled. Like, I just get so like giddy in the inside when I'm somewhere new. Like, I love that. I always look forward to my next adventure, even though I don't have one planned right now. I'm sure I'll find something. But yeah, I don't know. I just like I genuinely feel fulfilled. Like I get excited. Like, soon as the plane lands, like, yay, where are we going? What am I gonna go see? And so this is this trip for my birthday a couple of weeks ago, we went to, like I said, we went to London and we went to Paris. And we didn't really have an itinerary. And so my mom was like, what are we gonna do? I was like, just let's go put these bags down and then we're gonna be on foot for the rest of the day. And she was like, what? Yes, we got to go explore our new territory. Yeah. So we were walking and walking and walking. We were all over the place, girl. And it all worked out. Like, I had some ideas of things that I want to do. Instagram is your friend. I'd never been to London. I didn't even know what to expect. But I found so many things that I wanted to see and explore in London just from looking on Instagram. Wow. So I actually got to see everything I wanted to see that I found on Instagram, but one place. It's a Sky Garden in London. Haven't managed to see that yet, but my next trip to London, I'll go see it. Yeah. But yeah, I just feel fulfilled when I have just a new experience, a new opportunity. And honestly, I mean, I don't even want to appear to be to sound like I'm bragging, because that's definitely not where I'm coming from. So I say that from the perspective of, I don't take it for granted that I do have the opportunities and the resources to have these experiences. Yeah. But I'm grateful, and I take full advantage of those opportunities. Like, when I can, I do, and I just enjoy it. Like I said, I enjoy new experiences. So a new place is a new experience. My heart wants to go to Italy so bad. And every time I see somebody post that they've been to Italy, I be like, that's so bad. Why am I not there? But I really want to go for like 3 weeks. And I really want to go and not just see the Vatican, not just see Amalfi Coast. Like, I want to see it all. So I don't want to just go and have this rushed experience. So that's the reason why I haven't been yet. I'm like, I want to go and stay there and just explore. Like, I applied for a job in Italy, had an interview and everything. I was like, I want to go there. Yeah. So I thought it would be cool to have I thought it would be cool to be able to work and live there, just because it's so close to so many other places that I can go explore. Just like living in Maryland, I think the benefits are, I'm not that far from Philadelphia. I'm not that far from New York. I'm not that far from Chesapeake, to go home. I'm not that far from other places. So it's like a nice central location to still easily be able to get to other places and see and experience those places.
Yeah. And you know what I want to share with those who are watching that I'm getting from you sharing your story, and just from the zest and the zeal and just the excitement that I hear even in your voice as you talk about this, it's like it's creating experiences. Yeah, you
Right.
may not be able to go to Italy or wherever you may want to go, but you can create experiences, just like you said, with your mother, going somewhere new that you've never been in the city, when she comes to visit. So it's like, for those who are watching, it's like, well, I don't have the resources to go to Italy or go to London for my birthday or whatever. It's not about the location. It's about a state of being, it's about your mindset and how you're looking at life. And I just see that you're approaching life with, I'm going to get the best in everything that I want out of it, and like you said, live it to the fullest.
But I'm not sure how many of your listeners are in this area, but Siobhan, it's so much to do here. Like, for people who say they live here and they don't have nothing to do or they're bored, it's you.
Yeah.
Like, it's you. It's not, because that's reality. And it's so many things to do. Like, I've done staycations. I've gone out somewhere around here, gotten a hotel, and had a whole nice weekend. And it's so many things to see and do every day, all day. I mean, every time I think about getting rid of my social media account, I think about, I won't know what's going on.
Right.
I need to know.
Yeah, Facebook events tells you everything that's going on.
Every day. And I mean, whether it's you, whether somebody sends it to you, or whether, Facebook shares what your friends are doing. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun. I want to go do that. I want to go explore that. So yeah, it's so much to do around here. Staycation is easy. And like, let's just say Philadelphia. I don't know where other people live, but where I live, Philadelphia is 1.5 5 hours from my house. So it's an hour and a half from here. It's a day trip.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to spend money on a hotel. Go ticket for the day, go explore the museums, go see something new, and come home.
Yeah.
What is that? A tank of gas that I feel like I use just going back and forth to DC every day. But it's a tank of gas and a couple of dollars for some food. Like, museums are free.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just, encouraging people to get outside of your comfort zone so that you can try something different. It's a state of mind. It's not about, I got to go here, I got to go there, because you're going to take you wherever you go. So if you're not happy where you are, then going to another location, it may be temporary fulfillment, but it won't give you the fulfillment that you truly need if you're not experiencing, for yourself. So I'm grateful that you're sharing, all of this. So what I want to do is kind of transition, though, as we're talking about, the single life and dating and just how you're living your life to the fullest. What challenges does that bring, if any, when it comes to dating? A man is seeing how you're just living your life. Like, does he think about, well, dang, where do I fit in? And, how can I present myself to her and her not be like, well, I'm already doing it. I already been there. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of experiences have you had in dating?
So let's just put this out there first. I'm not the infamous dater. Like, I don't date a lot. So if you get my time and attention, it's something about you. And you should never worry about, I don't feel like a guy should worry about what they see me doing. I'm doing this because this is what I want to do. And even if you propose to me, let's go do something that I've already done, it'll still be a new experience because I haven't done it with you. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be that way. But what has been my experience with that? I met a guy one time. I was actually at home in Norfolk. I had gone out, met a guy. So we ended up just, going to have drinks or whatever. And so we're talking, and he was like, "You're so put together." I was like, what does that mean? He was like, you like literally are like a boss chick. He said, when I see you, he said, you look nice. You clearly, have your own situation. You talk really nice. He was like, you're very down to earth. He said, who would assume that you were single? I said, I can't control the thoughts of other people. I said, but I hear that all the time, that people just assume that I'm in a relationship.
Wow.
And yes, I've had relationships that, have remained private, but for the most part, I'm single. Like,
Yeah.
and until somebody put a ring on it and this
Right.
hand is real bad, I'm single. So it's just kind of like, but I find that people just assume things that I can't control. Like I can't control the thoughts that you put in your own mind about me based on nothing. You haven't had a conversation with me. You don't know anything about me other than you see you walking down the street and you automatically assume she's in a relationship or she got somebody or I don't know, she's stuck up. I have no idea what people create in their minds.
Yeah.
But me, that's not reality. I'm very social. If you talk to me, I'm gonna talk back. Whether I'm interested in you or not, I'm still gonna talk back just because I just think I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, but I haven't necessarily had challenges per se with guys. But I have heard that where they say, "Hey, I see you doing this, that, and the third," and I just assume, yeah, she either got somebody or yeah, I'm out of her league. I've heard that one a number of times. I just felt like I was out of your league, and then I'm asking them based on what?
Yeah.
Like you've never even had a conversation with me. What do you feel like? I don't do well with insecurities.
Yeah.
I know we all have them, but I just feel like shoot your shot. See how it goes.
Say that. Like, man, just shoot your shot.
See how it goes.
Don't be afraid to put it out there. I know guys
absolutely, absolutely,
or whatever, or they've experienced women who have put them down or just made them feel less than or whatever.
Sure.
So I get it, but it shouldn't it shouldn't deter you from just when you see a nice lady, and even if she does look put together or whatever, just spark up a conversation. You just never know where it could lead. So I wanted to put that out there because I know there are some guys who are watching who may feel that way or just like, man, how can I add value to her life when it seems like she's doing all these amazing things. And it's like, just understand what you bring to the table. And like you said, you may have gone somewhere, but you haven't gone with that person. So that's a new experience. So yeah.
I look forward to again taking boot trips and all of those things. It just hasn't happened. So I just do me, and I'm gonna keep doing me until my status changes. I try to make the best of the experiences. And like I said, I'm not gonna say it's easy being single all the time. I'm like, I'm 41 and I'm talking to Jesus like, dude, where we at? Where we at with this? But I just feel like certain things are beyond my control, and I'm not one to settle because I'm in this desperate state. I don't feel like I'm in a desperate state. I want it to change. I would love to be married. I would love to have a child and be a mother and live that life. Yeah. But until then, I'm just kind of doing me.
Life, right?
Living my life. And like I said in the beginning, I just don't think it's fair for me not to live my life because there's nobody there. I feel like, you are missing out just because of what exactly? I mean, and again, that's fear prohibiting you from moving forward. And I don't want to do that. I'm not suggesting that I haven't in other areas of my life, literally just jumping off a cliff, but not when it comes to living. Not when it comes to living. Yeah. I try to maximize that experience as often as I can.
So let's talk about that, because we're human, so life is not, like you said in the beginning, life is not like always happy and always doing all this and everything.
No,
how do you navigate through those times when life doesn't go as planned, or you're not able to do all the things that you desire to do? How do you navigate through those seasons of life?
I don't feel like I'm any different than anybody else, Siobhan. It's one of those things. Do I have moments where I'm boohoo crying my eyeballs out? Absolutely. Do I pray about it? Yes. Do I get frustrated when I see no response from God? Absolutely. We have real candid heart to heart. Like I talk to God like I talk to anybody else. Like I don't do that. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that. But I don't do the whole, I got to be in some posture, in some position.
Yeah.
I'll talk to God anywhere
Mm-hmm.
and anytime. I could be
Yeah.
driving down the street. I remember one time my car, I used to have a Honda Accord,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just time to get a new car. And I had been searching and searching and searching, and just hadn't found anything. And I was on my way to work, and my, let's just say like it was a check engine light or something came on the car.
Mm-hmm.
I cut the radio down. I looked up through the sky, the sunroof in the car. I was like, I know you see this. I know you see this check engine light on this car. I said, I don't know what to do about it. I keep looking for a car. I was like, I need you to work on this situation. Right. I'm not lying. Kid you not, that same day, the dealership that I had gone to called me and was like, Miss Dawson, the car that you were interested in came on the truck today. Would you like to come see it? I said, no, I don't want to come see it. Do my paperwork. I'm coming to get it.
Right.
And so I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for working it out. You know, and so it could be frustrating sometimes. I would be lying to you if I said it did. And I would be lying to you if I said, you know, I don't have challenges and emotional moments where, you know, I'm just frustrated with the process and just tired of having the same conversations. Like, Lord, you know, when is certain things are going to change in my life, because I'm tired of them. I don't want to continue to be in this state. Like, you know, okay, already. Like, okay, it's great to travel. It's great to live this best life, but I want to share it. I do feel like I have an amazing life, but I want to share that life with someone else. So at this point, you know, it is frustrating, but you know, it's like, again, I'm not in this place of I'm desperate. So, you know, if Joe on the sidewalk be like, hey, you cute, kill yourself. I don't right. Get out of my face. I'm not that girl. Yeah. So I'm very as transparent as I am, and as, you know, public as I am, I guess, with social media and having had a blog in the past and, you know, writing a book that talks about some of the life experiences that I've had. I am very particular about who I allow in my space. Yeah. Everybody doesn't have access to me. I'm very strict with that. I'm very strict with that, because I know who I am, and I know what my future holds, and I know what expectations I have, and everybody's not allowed to see that. So, you know, it's one thing for me to have this interview with you and people hear this conversation, but it's something different for me to say, hey, come over to my house. Right. Yeah. Hey, let's go out and spend time together. That case by case basis. Everybody doesn't get that level of access to me. I don't allow it. Yeah. I don't allow it. So it's one of those, even though it might sound conceited, I don't care. If you get that access to me, you better be grateful, because everybody's not allowed to have that.
Yeah. And I don't blame you, because it's like we have to be protective of our space and of our peace. You know, it's like everybody's energy just don't mesh well with.
That's right.
I totally get that. And I posed that question about, you know, in those times where you're navigating through those times when life doesn't go as expected, because I don't want to put it out there like, oh, all you got to do is just shift your perspective and you won't have
right. Yeah, that's not realistic.
Like, you know, it's like you can have moments and you can choose to still live, you know, an abundant life. So I'm glad that you shared that you have moments when you're crying and when you're just like, what is happening? You know, because it's real, you know, that we go through those moments, no matter how much we've accomplished, no mater where we've gone, you know, the natural part of us, we still desire certain things. There's still things that we don't have. Want. So thank you for sharing just that natural part of you as well. Yeah. So what's next for Michelle? Like, you've done so much already. Like, what's next for you?
You know, it's funny because you gave me this list of questions, and that was the question I had no answer to. I mean, it kind of like puzzled me. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, it's funny. I did an assessment online last night, and it was one of those things. It was one of those type of assessments where you put in your interest, and it gives you details about, you know, what kind of, I don't know, not necessarily life you should be living, but like what you should be doing. You know, I think, you know, and you and I have definitely had the conversation about Michelle's motivation, where I had the blog and I felt like, you know, Michelle's motivation was going somewhere.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't, you know, it was like, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I felt like I do Michelle's motivation on a very small scale now. Like, you know, I might post something on Facebook, but the blog is not up and running anymore. I'm not writing towards a book. I have content, but have I gone back to that with passion to get the writing and get it published? Nope.
Yeah.
And so I have been asking myself, like, God, I feel like there's a greater, bigger purpose. I've always said, it's so funny. One of the interview questions that I had in the past was, if your name was in a newspaper, what did it say? And I said to him, I don't know, because I've never seen my name in a newspaper. However, I've had visions of my name being in a magazine, and I don't know what I am supposed to be doing in this magazine. I just know that I'm successful. Yeah. And for years, I know it sounds really crazy, but for years I thought I was supposed to be famous. And I don't know what level of famous that really means. Yeah. But I just kind of feel like there's something greater in store for me. And at this point in life, I'm trying to figure out what it is and how to get there. So I don't know what's next for Michelle. I know, you know, there are things that I sincerely enjoy doing. I still sincerely enjoy writing. I get a kick out of it. I sincerely enjoy motivating and encouraging other people. I love hearing when people come back to me and say, hey, Michelle, you know, I heard you say this or you posted that, and it just really, you know, moved me. I love that, because it makes me feel like I'm doing something with a purpose and that I'm serving at a greater capacity beyond what I know. Because when people come to me and say that, I didn't know that they were going through that, but God put that in my spirit to be able to share it with someone. And so I still am very passionate about that. I've even, you know, there was a time I was like, oh, I should be a life coach because I enjoy that. But I just don't, I don't know if all of those things are supposed to be anymore or if it's something different. And so it's just one of those things of, I don't know. Am I going to still take a trip sooner or later? Yeah, sure. I'm still going to be doing that. That's definitely on the list. But like, it's as far as me, what Michelle is going to do as far as a purpose-driven life and that area of life, I don't know. And it's time to find out. And so I posted something today. I don't know if you ever read my random thought. And so my last random thought up there was, when you have to ask yourself why and you don't have an answer, meaning like, you know, why am I currently in this state and I don't have an answer, it's time to explore to figure out what do you need to do. So that is kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I need to assess really what is next. So that's kind of where I'm at.
I love that, because it creates, it lends you to so much possibility, you know, so it's not like you're trying to force something into a box and like, I got to do this. It's like, okay, you know, I get to figure it out. I get to explore. I get to, you know, just navigate through it and allow it to happen organically.
One of the things that I just want to not allow, I don't want to allow, I'm sorry, I see a little notification that popped up on the screen. Wait a minute. I don't know what it is, but hopefully it's not impacting you seeing me and all of that. I don't want fear to interfere with next steps.
Yeah, I get that.
And, you know, whether that's fear of a new relationship because of, you know, how the past may have been, or whether that's fear of a new job or because of the unknown, or whether that's fear just with crap that I can create in my mind. You know, we can all enable ourselves just because something we created. Again, it's no different than a guy seeing me walking down the street and saying, but she's probably unavailable, or she's probably this or probably that. Something he's created in his mind. That's fear. That's fear. And that prohibits us from doing things and moving forward. And so I too don't want to be in that position where I'm missing my what's next or missing my life because I'm afraid, you know, you know, I mean, it could be anything, Siobhan. It could be anything, whether it's people in your ear, which is, again, why I say I'm very cautious of who's in my space, to your point of who's feeding me different types of energy and talking in my ear. Your experience doesn't necessarily mean is not my experience. And so what you see as, I don't know, that's not how the world is. Well, my world, that is how it is. And my world is how it is. So, I'm sorry that you and I can't relate on that same level, but you know, it just is what it is. So I just don't want fear or chatter or I really just want to be on the right foot, on the good foot towards what God has for me. And so it really is about me trying to identify what that is. And I don't think it's an area of finding myself. I'm very comfortable with Michelle Dawson and who I am and who I've become. But I just feel like there's something greater in store for me. And I just need to figure out what that means and what that is. So, we'll see. To be continued.
To be continued. And I love what Gary said. Hey, Gary. So he says sometimes we have to stand up inside of ourselves and tell ourselves to shut up and stop talking ourselves out of change. Like, because sometimes it can get so loud in our own minds. And it's like, just shh, be quiet and just go, and just do. So, oh Lord, my battery about to go dead. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I thought I had it picked up, Lord. Hold on.
Uh-oh. She's been died out. Oh no.
Oh my God, this is terrible. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't see you though.
Oh my gosh. Let me see. Are we still on? I don't even know if we're still on Facebook or not. Let's see. I think we might. Can y'all see us? Let me see.
I don't see you at all.
You don't see me?
Mm-mm.
Okay, there I go. Can you see me now?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Can you see me?
I see you, but the screen is frozen. Okay, we're on. Okay. So we're in our last little minutes now. Sorry, y'all. The daggone computer just shut down on me. But we're in our last little minutes. But what I was trying to say was a lot of times we get so loud in our own minds and just talking ourselves out of the things that that we are doing. So I love that what Gary shared about just telling ourselves to shut up and stop talking so that we can not talk ourselves out of doing something different and changing.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So this has been amazing. Sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all. So yes, Michelle is frozen. We're going to get it all together.
So you still can't see me. Okay.
Yeah, it's frozen. I don't know what's happening. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
Oh, there you go. Okay. I can see
you. See me?
Uh-huh.
I still don't see you, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. So sorry, y'all, about the technical difficulties, but I'm grateful that Relationship Conversations is back. Technical difficulties or not, we're going to be on here. It comes with the process, so it's all good. I'm not going to let that discourage me because I enjoy these conversations. And thank you so much, Michelle, for everything that you shared tonight. So if you had to leave the audience with one thing or just words of encouragement before we leave tonight, what would you say?
I would say the same thing to them I said to myself. 2 points. First and foremost, don't let fear prohibit you from living your life.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let the lack of another person prohibit you from living your life.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy. It's you only get one chance, so you should do what you can while you have the opportunities to do it. Go for a walk. If you don't want to go, I go to boot camp, 3-4 days a week. If you don't want to go to boot camp, just go for a walk. My mom lost 60 pounds just walking 3 miles a day every day.
Wow.
If you feel like not in a healthy state, it's not that hard. Just enjoy life and don't let anything prohibit you from doing that, whether that, you're concerned about life, liberty, or the pursuit of happiness. Just do you.
No, that's right.
Everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to. Regardless of any challenges I've ever had, it's always worked out the way it's supposed to. And, I always have to hold on to that, it's regardless, God's got me and it's going to be okay.
And that's the bottom line. Like, no matter what, and if we live with that mindset, like, I think it kind of eliminates, not really eliminates, but reduces the amount of fear that we have, or when we allow ourselves to just hold back. Like, if we know that no matter what happens, I'm going to be taken care of, just think about what that gives us access to. We'll take that next step. We'll try that new adventure, because no matter what, I'm going to be taken care of. So, so thank you for sharing that.
You are most welcome. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed this.
Yes, this is always fun. I always love hearing about people's stories and just sharing, and it doesn't have to be famous people. It's just people who are living their lives every day, people that we can relate to, not celebrities, but just people who are just like you and I, and who have the same challenges that we have. Not that celebrities don't, but just everyday people who have tremendous, amazing stories that we can take from and learn from. So I'm always grateful for those who share their stories on here. And so, speaking of that, next week I'm going to have Gary Tripp Jr., who is on. So he wants us to call him Tripp. So I'm going to have Tripp on, and we're going to talk about mental health, especially in the African American community, and how it's so taboo, and especially for men. So I'm looking forward to that conversation with Tripp, and we're going to have a good discussion and just kind of dispel some of the myths about mental health and going to therapy and just all that kind of stuff. So
sounds like a good discussion.
I know. I'm so looking forward to it, and so grateful that he has agreed to have that conversation. So make sure y'all tune in next week, 8:00. I will have my computer plugged up. I get the lighting and everything straight, but whatever. I ain't worried about it. It's going to be cool. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you so much, Michelle, and I will see y'all later.
All right. Have a good one.
Good night.
Bye.